Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video on the channel. Today I wanted to talk about the Green Walls update that was just released earlier today for Chernobylite. Now, I did a full spoiler-free review on this game about a week ago, so if you haven't seen that already and are unsure if you want to buy this game, I highly recommend that you go and watch that, as I outline what I did and didn't like about the game. So, like I said, go watch that if you haven't already, and make sure to leave a like on this video, as it helps the channel out a lot and lets me know that people want to see more content from me. So that being said, let's get into the topic of the video. So, one of the things I complained about in my Chernobylite review was the fact that there were only a couple of maps for the player to explore around, making the game feel a bit light in terms of content at times. The new Green Walls update seems to remedy that a bit by giving us a brand new map called Cooling Towers, which, let me just start off by saying, is a huge map. Overall, Cooling Towers feels a lot larger in scale than all of the previous maps, with multiple areas to explore. You've got a bunch of old storage buildings, debris fields, a decently sized forest, and the two cooling towers themselves, which are absolutely breathtaking the first time you enter them and then look up at the sky and then just realize you're surrounded by this massive cone. Add to this the fact that, like almost all the locations in Chernobylite, this level is based off of a real-life location, and it makes the experience that much more immersive. Like the rest of Chernobylite's levels, this one does immersion better than most games out there right now, with loads of grass, trees, and just little details scattered all around the environment to really sell the environment and make you feel like you're there. Now, I traveled to the level a total of 3 times for this review, loading up my old save that I used for the previous video, and I didn't find any new story content aside from a few miscellaneous encounters that did little to add anything to the overall lore. But they were still quite atmospheric and creepy as always, so that being said, don't expect anything groundbreaking out of this update in terms of lore, as that doesn't seem to be what this map is about. All 3 missions the game gave me were some sort of scavenging task. There was no Ghosts of the Past, there was no, real large amounts of dialogue, it was just lots of scavenging. The map is large and open with clear sight lines, not a lot of enemies, and quite a few nooks and crannies to find boxes full of supplies, so really, what I would say this map adds to the overall game is another opportunity to gather supplies, which is a good thing since, like I mentioned in my previous review, it can become difficult and monotonous at times to find supplies in the same areas over and over again late game. So, the map's inclusion is definitely a welcome one, as it basically serves to further enhance and flesh out the zone's environment. In addition to the new map, we also get our hands on a brand new weapon, the Makarov pistol. For fans of FPS games, or just history buffs in general, this weapon should be very familiar, as it's been featured prominently in the first Black Ops game, as well as the Stalker series and countless others. So when I saw this being added at first, I was honestly a bit underwhelmed, as it just seemed kind of generic, and it's really not the best gun in the world in terms of functionality. But then I saw the upgrades, and there are quite a lot of them, just like there are with all the other weapons in this game. One that really caught my eye, however, was one that allows the player to construct a barrel attachment, causing the gun to fire these green Chernobylite-like balls of death, basically turning the Makarov into the plasma pistol from Halo. I really enjoyed this, and even though Chernobylite isn't a game that focuses too heavily on combat, I found myself going out of the way just to use this new gun on my enemies, just to kind of see it and experience it. It was really fun to use, and the model is quite detailed and realistic, and in fact I would say it's probably my favorite part of the whole update. The cooling towers themselves are cool, although, like I said, they do feel a bit too empty, and I would like to have seen some story elements come into play, even if it was something just as simple as a notebook or some documents to find that would tell us more backstory, or even maybe branch off into like a small, self-contained Easter egg story. Maybe there was some kind of weird experiment going on at the cooling tower by the NAR that's disconnected from everything else, but still has its roots in the overall lore. I think that would go a long way to make players want to revisit it. Maybe if they scattered the different documents in like each corner of the map and then one in the center by the cooling towers themselves. Just an idea. But right now, the only thing to do in cooling towers is scavenge for those supplies. My biggest negative with this update is it seems we've gotten a new glitch where for some reason the Geiger counter now has this weird after image bug when you move, when you're holding it in your hand, and I didn't notice this during my 40 or so hours of playing through Chernobylite before, and I've only noticed it since this update. I'm not really sure how the devs missed that one, as it is something that I noticed right away upon booting up the game for the first time in a week or so, but maybe that's just me needing to update drivers, maybe that's a me issue, I'm not sure. Overall, I think the Green Walls update's pretty nice at the end of the day. It does enhance the experience already offered by the rest of the game, though like I said, I would have liked to have seen some more things to do in the new map. Maybe we can get that in a future update, but that's going to be it for me today. I just wanted to do a quick little review, let you guys know what I think about this, let you guys know that this is a thing. This game is continuously getting updated years after it first released on Steam, so pretty happy about that. Really nice to see a developer actually providing content, because in today's world, a lot of developers, you know, they have empty promises. They promise more content, and then the content never comes. 343. Excuse me. So, let me know what you think of the new content, and thank you for watching. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed, and consider subscribing. Have a great day, and as always, stay safe. Goodbye.